Hi friends, very good afternoon. Yes ma'am, today is an amazing session. In this session, in today's class, we are going to discuss about a balanced and performance and decision making. Yes, what is the balance? Balance between IQ versus EQ, self-awareness, motivation, self-management, social skills and empathy. So this is the topic for today's session, a very different topic which is essential to live a balanced life. Of course, which is essential to make a balanced decision making, IQ or EQ. Okay, fine. Now, let's crack UPSC CSE English with India's largest learning platform, Unacademy. Let's crack it. What all you will get under Unacademy platform? Needless to say, daily live classes, isn't it? Yes, every day sharp 2 p.m. on YouTube platform. The best part is that you can chat with your educator, engage in discussion, ask your doubts and answer polls all while the class is going on. Live test and live quiz. Yes, there is an ultimate benefits. Numerous benefits is there by attending a live quiz. It is an ultimate revision strategy. Earn, value, learn and reverse engineering method. Structured courses. All our courses are so structured in line with your exam syllabus in order to help you best prepare for it. So I could very confidently say it is OSS for your PMI. One-stop solution for your prelim, names and interview. Unlimited access to unlimited courses. One subscription gets you access to all our live and recorded courses to watch from the comfort of any of your devices, for which you have to download an Academy Learning app. This is me, your DL ma'am. I'm Dhanalakshmi, senior, top and a very passionate educator. Yes, my dear friends, my wonderful journey with civil service is closer to 17 years rich experience. I am into this field. I have stepped into this field even before the introduction of negative marking, which is somewhere 2004. Of course, your DL ma'am is a Vajran student. With respect to my teaching experience, yes, I have a huge, very rich, more than decade-long rich experience in teaching for UPSC CSE across India. I'm one of the registered faculty. I'm taking classes pan-India, Delhi, Hyderabad, Bangalore and Chennai. My credentials specific to civil service, yes, I have appeared twice in UPSC CSE interview with 6 consecutive mains. 6 times I have cleared prelims in a series. I'm having a very rich 6 mains experience. Very notice 2017 interview, I was an All India topper. Apart from this, I am also a Group 2 officer. I have cleared my state service. I have cleared by RBA, Grade B exams, IBPS exams, and which is like closer to 7 to 8 other competitive exams as well. Apart from my unique style of teaching, I am well known, renowned for my unique style of mentoring, because this is the only field where I know in and out about this field. So my mentoring will be in such that it is a result oriented. So for the last 12 to 13 years, I have mentored more than 25,000 aspirants over a period of last 12 years. I haven't stopped just by mentoring. I haven't produced the toppers and rankers in this field. I have a huge list like All India rank 38, 84, 127, such like. Many of my students are effectively and honestly working as an IAS and IPS officers across India. So you can reach your DL ma'am using this code DL10. I have also pinned my Telegram link and an Academy profile link as well. Prepare with the top educators indeed is a blessing. All the best brains of India are found under one roof, and needless to say, that roof is an academy. To name a few, Mrunal Sir, Roman Sani, Ayush Shangi, Sudarshan Gurjar, the list is endless. Comprehensive syllabus. Here again, we have a courses closer to 16K courses for UPSC CSE category alone. So I could say it is a one-stop solution for your prelim, names and interview. One subscription, unlimited benefits. Aren't they? Yes. Learn live from the comfort of your home. Unlimited access to all courses. Top educators of India on one platform. Exhaustive coverage of syllabus. Regular doubt clearing session. Live test series. Study material at the end of each session. Answer writing session. Mentoring and guidance. When you have an enormous amount of benefits like this, which is stopping you from taking the subscription mark. So take the subscription using your DLMAM code for plus. After using my code DL10, you have to pay for 24 months. The fees is 64,800 and for 36 months it is closer to 81,000. This is with respect to Iconic subscription. For 24 months the fees is closer to 1,04,000 and for 36 months it is 1,38,000. The code is DL10. Unacademic Combat, the most competitive gamified UPSC CSE battle is here. 60 minutes, 60 questions, relative scoring, fortnightly contest. Yes, win amazing prizes, which is going to happen on 14th February and 28th February around 11 a.m. Enroll for the combat using your DL ma'am code DL10. Yes, you are also going to win India's largest weekly scholarship test for UPSC. If you are going to rank one among 1 to 3, the prize is complimentary Unacademy plus subscription for the tenure of your choice, and 4 to 10, 75% off on Unacademy plus subscription for the tenure of your choice, 11 to 50, 50% off, and 51 to 500, 25% off on Unacademy plus subscription for the tenure of your choice. I think this is an amazing offer. So winners can choose for 6 months, 12 months, 24 months for UPSC, GSE plus subscription. Of course, conditions applied. Then, so we have a complete 1-year batch course for UPSC CSE 2022, which is going to commence on 12th February. Another 2 years batch course is we have an English, Hindi and bilingual. Apart from that, we are also having NCERT batch courses. So there is a combo offer for 24 months. It is 1,31,000. This is GS Iconic and plus optional plus. For 36 months, it is closer to 1,67,000. Both plus GS plus and optional plus. 24 months, it is 99,000 and odd, and 36 months, it is 1,21,000. Mentoring. Successful people never reach their goals alone. Mentoring is a process indeed. It's a brain to pick and here to listen and push into the right direction. Mentors are all around us who makes you feel confident, inspired, focused, and willing to share their experience. So, irrespective of the multiple starting points, we have only one dream destination. All of our journey, though we might be starting our journey from different points of India, we all want to come and station, of course, end at the destination. Only one destination, Labasna. The journey in between your starting point and end point, it really, it's a, what to say, it is not bed of roses, it is thorn of bushes. Here you have to come across many hurdles and challenges. It comes on your way. You have to equip and enhance yourself in such a way that you have to reach the dream destination with these, for which you are in dire need of somebody has to say you what to do, what not to do, and how to do. All those things get covered under mentoring. Thus, I wish my students from the bottom of my heart not to just remain as good enough, better, but the best. Yes, ma'am. Thus, I become a mentor because I wanted to give. The thing I didn't realize is how much I would get. Fine. What is the topic? A very interesting topic. A very, very interesting topic. EQ versus IQ. Just say, which is very essential. How do you test that you're brilliant? Oh man, she has a very good IQ knowledge. Okay. Is this, first let me get into the definition of what do you mean by IQ. Okay, which is nothing but intelligent quotient, shortly known as an IQ, is an intelligent test score obtained by a standardized intelligence test in which individual's mental age is divided by his chronological age and then multiplied by 100. Don't bother about this formula. Just this is, they are going to test your IQ. Okay. The test aims at, then you can ask me, ma'am, what is the purpose of conducting this? What is the purpose of having it? The test aims at assessing a person's cognitive capacity of thinking and reasoning. How far he is just only doing the rote learning, how fast and how swift he has this thinking and reasoning capacity. I think that is what UPSC is included in CSAT syllabus, logical reasoning, isn't it? The term was this term, the IQ term was first introduced by William Stern. IQ, of course, is a measure of the intelligence level of an individual. This is reflected in the score obtained by the person in the intelligence test as compared to the scores received by the other people of the same age in the same test. So same age group or station and the test is going to be conducted, and if you're going to top on the test, then you will be said, oh, you are having a very good IQ. Okay, fine. So EQ versus IQ, always there is a tug of war between which is essential to clear the civil service exam, which is more important to be as a perfect administrator. So many such questions comes in front of us. Then if you know the definition of IQ, definitely you must be knowing the definition of EQ. EQ is an abbreviation for the term emotional quotient, which is defined as a person's capability of identifying his own and other person's emotion, because we are all not machines, we are a human who has an emotions. All IQ, let me say, it is a theory. Okay, learning things, knowing things, but when you want to apply the theory, of course it should be practical. Without emotions, how do you know the other's pain? Okay, especially for civil service examinations, of course, not during the examination time. After the exam, you're going to work in the field, you're going to work for the society, you're going to render your service. That's why we are called as a civil servant. You're going to do the public service, isn't it? There, definitely you should have the emotional quotient, emotional capability. You must be in a better position to understand the pains of the needy, and of course you understand the pains of the needy, then only you can address their problem. Okay, so it is absolutely, it is a measure of the emotional intelligence level of an individual, which demarcates between a different feelings and use this intelligence to guide thinking and behavior. Okay, guide is, it's a general thing, general thing. The term was first for mains, especially this comes under the topic ethics. This comes under the topic ethics, Solarajan. Okay, are you able to follow? Just you see which is important, IQ or EQ. Ma'am, I'm going to top all. I'm going to make all 100 out of 100. I'm going to become all India rank topper. But if you don't have any emotions, yes, I do agree. You top the exam. You have the all India rank topper in civil service examination. But after that, are you going to carry this? No, you're going to work in the field. There you need an emotional intelligence. Then only you can understand the problem. Yes or no? Yes or no? So the term was, which term? Emotional intelligence was first evolved in 1995 by Daniel Goleman. He is a psychologist. In his book An Emotional Intelligence, it is the ability of a person to identify, not only to find out, but also to express and control his or her thoughts and actions, understand other people and rightly interpret their situations, make right and swift decisions, quick decision, cope up with the pressure and crisis, and so on. After reading this paragraph, I think your mind itself says that, your brain says, array, I'm going to work. If there is any crisis management, if there is any disaster, there will you say, oh, this natural disaster is happening, these are the causes, these are the effects, these are the measures. Array, stop taking class here, go and get into the action. There your emotions have to play. Only there, that will give the decision making power, isn't it? So IQ is something to reach a particular stage where EQ is very essential to travel in that throughout. This is my personal belief. Of course, I believe very strongly in this. Express and controls her thoughts and actions, understand other people and rightly interpret their situation, make right and quick decision, cope up with pressure and crisis, and so on. It has been researched that people who has high EQ have better mental health. Those who has a better mental health, who will do discharge his duty in a very beautiful manner. Job performance will be excellent. This is the perfect way of living life. Yes or no? So no, if you have a very good emotional, balanced emotional quotient, then you will be tension free. You know how to handle things. You will not go to either extremes. Either you will not give over importance or you will not give under importance. You know how to value things. Okay, so emotional quotient versus intelligent quotient. A study comparing outstanding managers, exposure to traditional leadership skills development. Of course, average managers IQ found that 90% of the difference was accounted for by EQ, cognitive based curriculum. So these are the various different measures that has been done. See, measuring emotional intelligence in the workplace. Four component of emotional intelligence. What are the four components? Okay, I'll say mess. What is this mess? Don't mess up things. Of course, you have to, this mess is motivation, empathy, not sympathy. Nobody are in need of a sympathy. Everyone are in need of an empathy, self-awareness, and social skills. These are the four important components of emotional intelligence. What are they? Motivation, empathy, self-awareness, and social skills. Talent Smart tested emotional intelligence alongside 33 other important workplace skills, found that EQ is the strongest predictor of performance. A full, somewhere if you want to read It is like 60-80. For 60%, closer to 58% of success in all types of jobs is it's an outcome of the EQ level, not as on the IQ. Okay, 20% companies are now measuring EQ in the hiring or promotion process as well. That is a need of the hour. Many people hold that IQ is more important for a person to achieve success in life, while researchers hold that the reality is not the IQ. The reality, researchers hold that people with the high EQ are more successful in their career. How many of you agree to this point? How many of you agree to the point? Yes, is IQ greater than EQ, or EQ? It is, there is no point about greater or lesser. EQ is more important. A person who has a more EQ, then he is proving as of course his career is very much stabilized. So it is one of the hot topic for debates, that which is better than the other. While IQ is a number that indicates a person's reasoning or logical ability in comparison to the statistical norm. Conversely, EQ implies the level of person's emotional intelligence. Are he in a better position to understand the pain of others? Does he has an empathy? Does he has a compassion? Does it work with love and compassion? Are he is having a self-awareness, social skills? You know how to mingle with the people. So in short, I could say IQ, meaning it is a number of obtained from standardized intelligence test, which represents an individual's ability of logical reasoning, whereas EQ refers to an individual level of emotional intelligence, which is very, very, very important, which is represented by the scores obtained in a standardized test. What are the measures to test the IQ? In general intelligence test, here it is an emotional intelligence based on the situations, case studies. It is an inborn ability. It is a learned and improved ability. One of the amazing chances you can even now, till now you didn't have enough EQ, means you have every chance to equip and enhance yourself. You have every opportunity to learn and improve the ability of emotional intelligence. Then ability, IQ, learn, understand, implement knowledge, logical reasoning and abstract thinking. So this is all with respect to IQ. Whereas EQ is recognize, understand why he is dull, why he is not able to perform things, does he has any problem, he need not come and say to you. If a mother, if he finds a child, there is a difference in his mannerism or attitude, means they must be in a better position to understand, recognize first, control and express one's own emotions, perceive and assess others' emotion. This is very strongly, I believe in this, and this is the need of the hour. You must be in a better position to understand. You must be in a better position to express your emotions in such a way that it should reach the society, it should reach the other person in an effective manner without touching the sentiments or ego of anyone. Similarly, you, even if the other person, the opposite person, even if it doesn't express his pain also, you must be in a better position to assess and understand and try to find out what sort of pain he is undergoing. That is a perfect human. That comes only if you have a emotional quotient in you, isn't it? Is or no, ma? So of course, this IQ will help you only in success in your academics in school. Whereas even when you are enormously endowed with EQ, which is nothing but in your success in your entire life itself, you are all marching towards our life, isn't it? Then recognizes people with high intellect, common sense, mental challenges, etc. So the IQ recognizes these things, whereas EQ, leader, captain, managers, and people with social challenges. Then key difference. So these are the key difference, the major difference between IQ and EQ. An individual level of emotional intelligence, which is represented by the scores obtained in the standardized test. What is your rank? Yes, or your first rank, every time you get say first rank, you come in top 5, you are the gold medalist, you are the college topper. Oh, everything is based on the standardized intelligence test. That shows that you have a very good IQ, which represents an individual ability of logical reasoning. A person's success in school depends on his IQ level, whereas a person's EQ level reflects his success in real life. Now you say me, or you want to enhance your IQ or EQ? which is very essential. EQ measures an individual's social and emotional competences or one's ability to recognize one's own and other person's emotional expression. Conversely, IQ measures a person's academic competency and reasoning ability, whereas emotional quotient is acquired and improved. You have every chance to enhance and equip and learn each and every day. You can create an opportunity. Of course, you get an opportunity to enhance your emotional quotient, because if you want to succeed in life, if you want to see success in life, which is more essential? Emotional quotient is more essential as opposite to the intelligence quotient. IQ is an ability you're born with, inborn. Is this fine? Then a person with good EQ. Who is person? How do you can ask me, Solarajan can ask me, ma'am, how can I understand or how can I find out a person is having a good EQ? Very simple. The one who recognize, control and express one's own emotions, perceive not only one's own emotions, at the same time one who has to perceive and assess other emotions as well. On the contrary, a person with high IQ can learn, understand, implement knowledge. He can be simply function as a robo, not other than that. Possess a logical reasoning and abstract thinking. High emotional intelligence can be seen in the leaders, a perfect leader. When you see someone as an icon, when you see someone as an inspiration, definitely he or she has a high EQ. Captain, only those who are in a position of a leadership, captain, manager, team, whatever it is, they are enormously endowed with the EQ. Okay, leaders, captain, managers, people with the social challenges, unlike intelligent quotient, identifies people with a high intellect, common sense, mental challenges, etc. That's it. So EQ, emotional quotient, intelligent quotient. Emotional intelligence is the ability to identify, assess, control the emotion of oneself and others. IQ is a score derived from one of the several standardized tests designed to assess intelligence. Ability, IQ, identify, evaluate, control, express emotions on one's own emotion, perceive and assess others' emotion, use emotions to facilitate thinking, understand emotional meaning. So these are the abilities. What are the abilities you should have for the EQ? Identify, evaluate, control, express emotions, one's own emotion, perceive, assess others' emotion. Very important. Use emotions to facilitate thinking, understand emotional meaning, ability to learn, understand, ability apply information to skill, logical reasoning, word comprehension, math skill, abstract special. So it is simply it is a theoretical knowledge. Just you have to fulfill the syllabus. Just you have to get into the rank, get into the score. What is the point? And in that particular course you can top it. In that particular academic year you can top it. But if you want to succeed in life, of course EQ is very, very important. So in the workplace, teamwork, leadership, successful relations, service orientation, initiative, collaboration, that is all determined who has an high EQ. Success with challenging tasks, ability to analyze and connect the dots, research and development. Okay. IQ, EQ, self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, social skills. So that is what I try to say, MES. What is this MES? Motivation, empathy, self-evaluation, self-awareness, self-regulation and social skills. Okay. Try to remember this. Me, S cube. Or you can also remember me, S cube. What is this? Motivation, empathy. One is self-awareness. Then you should have a self-regulation. At last, you should have a endowed with social skills. IQ, eye concentration, intense focus, hyperactivity, better comprehension, analytical skill, multi-talented, excellent memory, high concentration, intense focus, hyperactivity. See the word hyperactivity, better comprehension, analytical skill, multi-talent and excellent memory. So this is again a definition what we have discussed with emotional intelligence, about the ability to assess, identify, control. DAC, I can say DAC. No. Assess, identify and control the emotions of oneself as well as the emotions of other. Emotional quotient derived the score from one of the tests that are standard and designed to able to assess. Okay. So this is EQ. This is EQ. Emotion meanings are understood. Emotions are used to facilitate thinking, evaluated. Emotions of other people. So this is a small error. This is EQ and this is IQ. Okay. Fine. Information is learned. At best, IQ contributes about 20% to the factors that determine life success. So, in the life success is of 100% means what is the contribution? Let me say the life success is 100% means the contribution of IQ and EQ. IQ, very sad thing is that it is only 20%, whereas EQ is 80%. I think now you understand which is important. That determine life success, which leaves 80% to other forces. Forces grouped as emotional intelligence, as said by Daniel Goleman. IQ may get you a foot in the door. Beautiful. See, IQ will get a chance to get your foot in the door, whereas EQ will determine how far you go. Absolute statement to relate with your civil service examination. IQ exam, how do you prepare, how do you succeed? Yes, it will help you how to succeed in civil service examination. Yes, you have become you can see your number get reflected in the merit list, but how far you go, how does you work in the civil service after becoming an IAS and IPS officer? Are you proving yourself that you are an honest officer, you are an honest administrator, able administrator? Are you able to assess things properly? Are you able to run the things, implement the schemes and policies properly? So multiple other things are determined only if you have a enough EQ. That's why this is for the success in life. This is only success in the career or the studies. Okay. Thus, IQ versus EQ, the resources only 20% for the IQ, whereas remaining 80%. The research says that IQ can help you to be successful to the extent of 20% only in life. The rest of 80% success depends on your EQ. IQ, visual processing, working memory, fluid and quantitative reasoning. Whereas EQ, identify the emotions. Why is sad? Why is anxiety? Why is depressed? Why the potential candidate, why is not able to clear the exam? You have to identify the problems what he is undergo. Then you should also be helping him or her to come out of that problem, relating to the others. And you must be very good in the social communication as well. What really matters for success, character, happiness, and life, long achievements is a definite set of emotional skills. Your EQ, not just a purely cognitive abilities that are measured by conventional IQ test. Very amazing statement, amazing quote. This you can reproduce in your ethics. Okay, what really matters for success, character, happiness, and life? Long achievements is a definite set of emotional skills. Your UQ, your EQ, emotional quotient, not merely a purely cognitive abilities that are measured by conventional IQ test. Yes, IQ. So you remember the code for this EQ? Me, yes, cube. Motivation, empathy, self-awareness, self-regulation, social skills. High concentration, intense focus, definitely. Hyperactivity, better comprehension, analytical skill, multi-talented, excellent memory. Is this fine, ma? Our ability to manage ourselves and handle relationship. Emotional intelligence matter twice as much as IQ. Again, it is like twice more powerful, more important, more essential, more vital, more significant than IQ. Okay, so twice EQ is twice important than IQ, two times that of IQ. Very important, vital, significant, essential, all. So with IQ, you can only crack entrance for college. You can only clear the civil service examination. But with EQ, you can crack the entrance for life. You can prove yourself again and again that you are an able administrator, you are an honest officer, you are in a better position to understand the problems of the needy, not only understand, and you are in a very good position to redress their problem as well. So the need of the hour is EQ. Signs of low emotional intelligence. What is this? Yes, ma'am, you said signs of high emotional intelligence. What is required? But can you say me what is the signs of how to identify we are having a low emotional intelligence? Simple. Being argumentative. Whatever we are the person who is very argumentative is a poor listener and poor observer. If the one who has a high EQ, emotional intelligence, he will be a first very good observer listener. So when he understand, when he is receptive, when he understand his mistakes, then he will not be argumentative. Not listening, I told you, no, when there is a no listening, when you're not ready to accept your mistakes, then there is no point. Okay, so these are the symbols, I could say, symptoms, I could say, for the disease of low emotional intelligence. Not listening, emotional outbursts. You do not know how to control your emotions, either happiness or the anger or the sad or the frustration. Everything has to be kept in balance. Everything has to be weighed and measured and used and handled with care. Either of the thing, if it is going to be over, okay, then it is a outburst. Then blaming others. Just you will not be in a position to take responsibility for the mistakes what you have done. Every time you will be in a pinpointing, blaming others. So characteristics of a high EQ person: it is not afraid to express his or her feelings. He'll be very open type. He'll know how to express the feelings in a right manner, in a dignified manner. It's not dominated by negative emotion. Always he or she will be a man or woman of a positive attitude. Okay, optimist, not pessimist. Balance feelings, very important. They balance feelings with reason, logic, and reality. They know how to balance things. I told you, always I strongly believe in things, balance things. Neither so happy or not so dull, not to going to any of the extremes. You should know how to weigh and measure and handle your emotions and feelings. Okay, is independent, not dependent on anyone, self-reliant, and morally autonomous. Is not motivated by power, wealth, status, fame, or approval. Is interested in other people's feelings. Is not immobilized by fear or worry. This is very important. Okay, you should be reminded like no storm can uproot, because these are the things you will be coming across after you get into the civil service. So you must there, whatever it is, you have to do the right things. Okay, you have to be honesty, integrity, everything, your probity and everything is then and there checked, for which you have to keep yourself in a very stable manner. It shouldn't be oscillating. Okay, a time to speak and time to be silent, when to speak, when you have to utter the word. It is, you're not a chatterbox. We can't keep on staying on something. You should understand first whether somebody is listening to you. Okay, or is saying things rightly in a rightful manner at the right time. Okay, and you must be also a successful person in life is a first very good listener. They used to lend their ears to others what they are saying. When their turn comes, they'll express their opinion. That is a perfect way of communication. It is not that every time you keep on speaking about something, your opinion, you will keep on registering your opinion. At the same time, you expect others also to accept that. Okay, that is not a right way of communication at all. Two-way there should be. You should first listen, observe what they are trying to say, then you can register your opinion or stand over there. That is a perfect mode of communication. Is emotionally resilient. The higher the IQ, the lower the EQ. The more intelligent you are, the lower your ability to communicate emotionally with the people, because you try to prove yourself like every time I am intelligent, I am this, I am that, like self-boasting. If you will try to, you will forget to understand the pain, or you do not know how to communicate things, because if you are not a machine, you can't just blatantly, you can't say certain things. Okay, you know how to take things to other. So that comes only when you have a enough EQ. IQ, growth oriented. EQ, development oriented. Very, very, very important. Balance between our growth and development is the need of the hour, is the necessity, as said by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Yes, there is a perfect, balanced performance, decision making, self awareness, motivation, self management, social skills, and empathy. So that's I said me, yes, cube. This is the need of the hour. Then how is my IQ different from my EQ? Your IQ is the value that indicates a person's ability to learn and understand and apply information and skills in a meaningful way. Whereas your EQ is a way to measure how a person recognizes emotion in himself, herself, and others and manages those emotional states to work better as a group. Okay? Fine, ma. If your emotional abilities aren't in hand, if you don't have self-awareness, if you're not able to manage your distressing emotion, if you can't have empathy and have effective relation, then no matter how smart you are not going to get very far. Your objective, if you want to go a long way, if you want to reach a great success in your life, of course you should know how your emotions are kept in hand, or is in balance, or you are self-aware, or you're able to control and maintain your emotions. Not only your emotions, do you have the concept of empathy, or you in a better position to understand the other's pain as well? Then if you don't have these things, no matter how smart you are not going to get very far. When parents realize that EQ is more important than IQ, there will be a less pressure on children to perform better than the others. Stop comparing. Every individual has his own caliber. Try to bring that out. Try to dig that out, the potential out of that particular kid. Students become stronger and stop committing suicides. Yes. 5 components of emotional intelligence, as we have already discussed. Me, yes, cube. What is this? Self-awareness, ability to recognize and understand your moods, emotion, and drive, as well as their effect on others. Self-regulation, the ability to control and redirect disruptive impulses and moods. Always we should be having a positive impulse. It is a momentary reaction, isn't it? When you find that it is a disruptive impulses, of course you should stop yourself. No, this is wrong. You should not outburst like this. You know how to regulate and control and keep on check your disruptive impulses. Motivation, a passion to work for reason that go beyond money or status. Empathy, ability to understand the emotional makeup of other people. Social skill, proficiency in managing relationship and building network. Very, very, very important. Proficiency in managing the relationship and building network. So self-awareness, ability to recognize and understand your mood, your emotions and drive, as well as the effects of others. How does it reach? If you're going to outburst on others, if you're going to show, if you're not going to control your temper, will it definitely leave the effects on others or not? Yes or no? Self-regulation, ability to control and redirect disruptive impulses and mood. Passion to work for reason that go beyond money or status. The ability to understand the emotional makeup of other people. Proficiency in managing relation and building network. People who boast about their IQ or losers. It is said by Stephen Hawking. I don't know what my IQ is. People who gloat about their IQ or losers. IQ versus EQ. Yes, great understanding, compassion and empathy, stronger relationship, open to criticism. You must be in a position to receptive to criticism. Then only you can correct your mistakes. Better decision making and controlled behavior, positive interaction. These, in the nutshell, these are the very, very important, of course, in order to improve our EQ. Greater understanding, compassion and empathy, stronger relationship, open to criticism, better decision making, controlled behavior, and positive interaction. It is very important to understand that emotional intelligence is not the opposite of intelligence. Of course, it is not the triumph of heart over head. It is the unique intersection of both. Of course, it is both has to go hand in hand. Thus, I conclude this topic by saying the IQ and EQ level are different in different person. Yes or no? If you want to succeed in life, you try to increase the percentage of EQ, because general, of course, IQ is only 20%. It will decide your success in life, whereas EQ will decide 80% of the success in your life. It is the possible that person has a high IQ level but low EQ count and vice versa. Therefore, the method of checking IQ and EQ also differs. Your IQ is what determines your competencies and individual capacities, but your EQ determines how you interact and treat people in your life. It shows how you are going to cope up with the pressure or face the crisis. Very, very, very important. The difference between these two is that no one can alter his or her intelligence or reasoning abilities, but anyone can learn to handle emotions to bring success in life, to bring success for eternal life. So the need of the hour is, yes, it is very much possible to each and every one of us to increase the percentage of EQ. So the concluding note is better together. Both has to go hand in hand. IQ versus EQ. That's it. That's it, ma. So such an amazing topic. Is really disheartening to see many of you have missed this topic as the live learners. Not that every time essential things we'll be doing only the monotonous subjects. This is an ethics topic and it is also a general topic. Yes, ma'am. 4:30, I'll catch you in another very short session, a half an hour session with importance of Yojana in your mains. Okay, don't forget to use this code DL time. I'll catch you after in another 40 minutes. Okay, until then, it's bye from your DL ma'am. Good luck, good day, bye-bye, stay connected. Do join the 4:30 session, 4:30 p.m. Session on significance of Yojana to IAS, UPSC, CSE mains. Thank you. Thank you, one and all. Thank you, ma'am.